All right, y'all. So do you side with a man or woman in the case I'm about to present here? Okay. This man and this woman, husband and wife, they're having a party. They've been married for a couple years, and the guy's stepkid, her kid, is there at the party. Everybody's having a good time or whatever, and he's giving relationship advice to some of their friends. And she comes over and says, don't take relationship advice from him. And he thinks she's playing around and says, well, it got me you, didn't it? And he gives her a kiss or whatever, and she says, the only reason you got me is because I was recently divorced, scared, and I had a kid. And basically, he was a safe choice. And he goes silent, right? And I mean, I don't know. That would be so freaking devastating. Okay, but a couple days later, she realizes how silent and how affected he is, and she tries apologizing. He said, I'll be okay. And then like 2 weeks later, she's starting to get into panic because he will not talk to her. He won't do anything. She starts cooking his favorite foods, trying to do all the things that he likes, even goes so far as to have their kids go stay at her parents' house, or his stepkid and her kid go stay at the parents' house. And then she takes him somewhere that was important to them, and they go stay a couple nights there. And then when they come back, he goes to work for a couple days. He comes back. As soon as he walks in the door, he said, can you sit down on the couch for a second? Sits down and said, we're done. We're getting a divorce. And she tried everything. She begged him not to go. She said, I love you now. I'm so sorry. Blah, blah, blah. I actually side with the guy on this, and I'm not trying to be mean. I understand everybody's situation would be different, but the fact of the matter is, and a lot of people are going to say, no, you work harder on a marriage. To me, that contract's null and void, because she did not love him when she got into the relationship. Okay, she saw safety. She was panicked after her recent divorce, being a stay-at-home mom with a single kid, so she latched onto the first guy she didn't even love because he had money and could provide safety, and that's what she did, and admitted that's what she did. And so when he found out, he's like, oh, you don't love me? I don't want you then. Do you agree with this guy for divorcing her? She said she admitted she didn't love him. She just chose him for safety. And to me, that would be about the only more devastating thing a woman could do is love me and then cheat on me, which to me means she never really loved me in the first place. But let me know what your thoughts are. I would definitely side with the guy on this, but I understand everybody's got their own opinion.
Yo, Erica P, I don't know where you stand on this, but what's your thoughts?
I'm sorry, but guess what? I choose the husband's side.
Really?
Really.
That's kind of mind-boggling to me because of the fact that you're a woman. Please break this down.
I agree with him. He's not wrong. So think about it, right? When you go into a marriage, you should love the person first. Not hey, I'm going to grow to love you. No, there has to be something there, and it can't just be for all of the other things that being in a marriage brings you. Yes, marriage brings you companionship. It brings you social and cultural status, depending on if you married up or down. Think about it, right? Mm-hmm. You get legal benefits for being married. You get tax benefits for being married. You get companionship. You get to build a long-lasting relationship, something that is solid and secure. But you don't go into the marriage going, hey, you're the safe choice. Because guess what? If I'm just the safe choice, that meant you could leave me at any point in time.
But hold up. Most relationships and stuff is built on like a safe choice, so to speak. Because think about it. Even though you may be interested in a person, you can either still have your options open or whatever the case may be, but now you understand that, yo, this person right here is the person that's right for me. Because for this husband, the way I'm looking at it as, yo, where does it come into the effect of, yo, my game was that tight that I wasn't your first choice, or I was the safe choice, and now you got a whole husband, and now you're invested. Now you're sitting up here trying to do all the things, actually remembering the things that were sacred to us to try and, cheer me up. So if it was just, if it was nothing for you, how would you remember all these details to do all these things to try and spice things up? So I look at it as, yo, my game basically pulled you up to the point where now you invested in me. So like when she would have said, oh, you was the safest choice or whatever, I'd have been like, yeah, but I still got you, didn't I? You still the wife now, aren't you?
But think about it. In the case of this circumstance, she was married previously. That means you were divorced. That means when the love is no longer there or you don't grow to love me, you're okay with leaving me. Think about it. When a man gets into a marriage, he's trying to go in it for the long haul. It is end all be all. You do not want the divorce. The divorce comes with a whole bunch of other set of issues. Monetarily, time vested. Now I got to take off of work to go back and forth to court.
But
And
Erica
in
P,
some people, that's a failure.
but Erica P, how many times you see in situations where a relationship or a marriage end and the other person was telling the significant other, yo, how come you ain't do XYZ? You ain't do XYZ. That person did none of those things for that person that they was with, but now they do those things for the next person. So who's to say all the stuff that she was supposed to do in the last one, got the divorce, she learned from that, and now she understand for this one, this is the steps that need to be that needs to be taken or took. I gotta stop saying taken or tooken because that's not a word, but you get what I'm saying though. But
I get what you're saying. I wholeheartedly get what you're saying.
Mhm.
But the thing is, if I'm going into a marriage, I'm going into a marriage because you love me, not on the strength that you're going to learn to love me. That's something completely different.
here's a tidbit for you. Guys do that all the time too though. And I'm pretty sure women do that. It's like, yo, I've been dating all these people, whatever. I've been getting mixed reactions, people being freaking inconsistent, yada yada. But yo, this person right here is mad consistent. They doing XYZ. Yo, you know what? That's the one. So, and think about it too. This is another thing I want you to think about, right? When you get somebody who may be the safest bet or not really the one for you, so to speak, or you think like you may be settling, once you get to know that person and their personality kick in, there's a reason why they say beauty is skin deep. That mother effer start looking attractive as a mother effer to you because their internals is that beautiful that you start looking and like, yo, shorty could get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you really take that interest. So that's what I'm saying. Like, for him, I would have been like, yo, yeah, I might have not been your type, but guess what? I'm in them drawers now. You ain't going nowhere. So what's up? What's
See,
up?
but that's you though. That's not everybody. Everybody's not like that. They want to be secure in theirs and they do not want to feel less than. And that's the problem. When you shut me down in front of my friends and family, because remember, they said it was a party and you had the kids in front of you. So that means now you're teaching the kids to look for the stability and not just because you're in love or some of those other traits that people need to look for to get into a marriage.
And this is what I'm saying. This guy must have not been a strong man. Because if this dude was a strong man, so to speak, he would have flipped it. Like, that's like saying if I'm out with my wife somewhere or whatever, this, down the third, and we're in a family function and we're talking about, you know, getting it in. And then she turn around and be on like, yeah, but the D is small. And I'm like, yeah, the D may be small, but guess what? I was breaking you off. The noises you was making, a lot of people say, yo, you never made those noises before. The mattress being XYZ. So you can say what you want, but I be getting it in and I be tearing them cheeks up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain ways you could flip it where it's like, I don't know, man. It just comes off as, oh boy is weak. Cause it's like, where are you at right now with the situation? Like, where are you at now with your marriage? Especially if everything was all good. Like, she could have just been in her feelings at that moment. And yeah, you could have said what you said, like, you know, hey, but I got you now, whatever. Afterwards, you could have, yo, I don't appreciate what you said at that moment, whatever. Because who knows what she was feeling at the time. There's times I may say stuff out of pocket. You feel me? There's gonna be times that your significant other may say stuff out of pocket. But for you to cancel the whole, like, get a divorce because of that, like, I don't know, man. It came off as weak. I don't know.
But you feel that it comes off as weak. But think about it. If you're somebody where people have been using you your whole life or looking at you because you have money or because of social status or something else, maybe they got into that relationship thinking it was different. So in his mind, maybe it's all the same relationships all over again. I got this chick trying to get what she could get out of me. I got the next chick trying to get what she could get out of me. Now I got my wife saying, hey, I only got with you because you was the safe choice.
Here's a scenario that I want to paint, put like put forth, right? Say a company hire you, right? Everything's going good. You help build the company up or whatever, right? And then one day at a dinner meeting or dinner function, whatever, you're talking with the bosses and everything like that. Like you literally help the company, establish itself, yada, yada, this, that, and the third. And the company is like, yo, I'm kind of happy that, we hired Erica P because truth be told, we ran through all our other candidates. They were failures, whatever. So we just went on a whim and was like, you know what? We'll just go with her for the heck of it because we got no other options. Would that be a reason for you to quit that job? Especially with the time invested and everything like that. You're going to be like, yo, I'm glad that, you probably hired me, whatever, because look at what we accomplished. Look at everything that we got here. So in a sense of that, where she's like, yo, you really wasn't my first choice, yada, yada, this, that, and the third. It's like, yeah, but look where we're at now. Look at how established we are. Look at how happy we are. We have no issues, yada, yada. Now, I don't know what the details of their marriage is or anything like that, but the way he was talking, he was basically gleeful about, their situation because divorce or nothing never crossed his mind. So I'm just saying, in essence, it's like you're going to throw everything away based off how a person felt in the beginning. Like feelings can't change. Like feelings can change at any given time, but that's not the principle or the only reason you get married. There's other things that's in the equation. So for you to just throw it away because of how she felt in the beginning and you're not looking at the now, I'm sorry, to me, you lost me.
Which, and I wholeheartedly understand everything you said. I'm going to take it back to that job scenario first, right?
Okay.
If I came in and I thought I was the best candidate because of my educational background, because of my career history at other companies, I'm coming in bright-eyed, ready to work. You tell me that in that meeting, guess what? That's a slap in my face. That means all of the other things that I brought to the table no longer matter. And because they no longer matter, now I'm looking at y'all sideways. Now, guess what I'm about to do? I'm looking for my exit plan. I'm about to start looking at other companies that do either similar to what I'm doing, if that's what I like, or I'm about to see what I can do better. Because at least at this point, I can look and see if the grass is green on the other side. I can go out there and either potentially make more money or make the same and put myself in a better situation. Because at the end of the day, you had no faith in me. Yes, it may be good now, and I may have proved all of the bosses and all of the other employees that said, hey, we gave her a chance. But guess what? If that was your career goal and your career path, that is a slap in the face to everything that came before.
So basically, in a nutshell, you're going to go out on a whim with the hopes of you land into a better situation, whereas this current situation is basically good, everything that you asked for. And just because they said in the beginning, 3, 4, 5 years ago when they first hired you, they hired you under circumstances that you thought were different. That makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever, because how do you know that the next situation is going to be better than what you got now? Sometimes the evil that you know is better than the evil that's unknown. I'm butchering the phrase, probably, but you get the gist of what I'm saying.
I do, but we live in a world now where people want instant gratification, and there are no more people working at a job from 18 to 62 and retiring. People jump ship for less. You're also talking to somebody who stayed in one company probably longer than I should have. Because when you start getting passed over for promotions and you start seeing the new people coming in and moving up the ladder pretty quickly, you start looking at, hey, what's the difference between what they're doing and me staying for the long haul? You start noticing they jump around to different companies to gain different sets of skills.
That's understandable, but you're talking about a situation going forward. everything was good and there was no signs of anything being bad. We're talking about something that happened in the beginning before they were even married.
Correct.
So,
But that
so
may be, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
nah, go
But
ahead, go ahead.
but that may be a deal breaker for that person. They don't feel like they can get past it. So if they don't feel like they can't get past that instance, they are saying, hey, I need to cut my losses. Because guess what? If I can't look past it, that means we can't move forward.
And I totally get that. But what I'm saying is you're shortening yourself and not realizing that your game was actually tight, that you got her to actually marry you, and the thing been going on with no issues whatsoever. So that speaks a lot about you, because I'm pretty sure, like I said, there are situations where you meet somebody, they not that really into you, but as time go on, they start appreciating you and you start looking good to that person.
Correct. Now, like I said, I'm on the opposite end. I'm looking at it as you're doing everything that I want you to do because you're trying to keep this gravy train going. And that is a problem too. Because my thing is, maybe I really didn't know the real you. Because if that was your response to that particular question, what's your response to other things?
But Erica P, if this person was doing everything just to keep the gravy train going, the thought of doing things that was dear to them would not cross her mind whatsoever. Because if I'm just in a situation where I'm going through the motions, everything you say is gonna go in one ear and out the other, as I'm loving the benefits of it. But as far as being attentive to the things that hold dear to us and all of this stuff, no, I'm not gonna know none of that. So just the fact that she knew all of that stuff, bruh, that speaks on your game. So I don't know. It comes off as weak to me. But I guess we agree to disagree. But you do make some valid points. I'm not gonna lie about that. You make some valid points.
You definitely made some points as well, because I didn't think about it on the other end. If that person really does pay attention and can do all of the things that I like without me having to tell them, then that should be the person that I stay with. And it should be the person that you continue to build your life with. Because you have to look at all of the other ramifications. We got kids involved now. So I might be a little hurt, but I do need to see, hey, 2 weeks might not have been long enough for me to cool down. Maybe I do need to rethink everything around me, because you're right, the grass may not be greener on that other side.
And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we still agree to disagree, but we understand each other's points. But hey, you heard our take on it, ladies and gentlemen. What is your thoughts on this conversation? Do you think that the husband was right, or do you think that the wife was right? We would love to hear your take in the comment section. If it's your first time here, consider subscribing to the channel and clicking that notification bell so that you could be notified for more content like this. Don't forget to subscribe to our other social media platforms. The links are in the description. That's gonna do it for this episode of Matter of Opinion. I'm your boy Walls P.
I'm your girl Erica.
And if you want to check out our other content, click the card that just popped up. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
It's a matter of opinion.